I raise cows, right? And this year, first cow I butcher is going to be for me. Grew up eating moose instead of beef.
We are back in Homer. We're out on the ski trail, having my little morning cup of herb tea here.
Okay, Otto here. Another little event happened. Going down to mow the orchard meadow.
Otto Kilcher has shocked the Alaskan community by bluntly confirming the worst rumors about Otto Kilcher. And the truth is darker than anything viewers could have imagined. No longer shying away, no longer silent, Otto is out to expose the fractured relationship, the hidden trauma, and the dark side of the Kilcher family name. With every word, Otto utters the image of the television legend that viewers once believed was strangled is crushed. The dispute began in the late 1990s when the brothers argued over access to and use of some of the key land areas within the Kilcher family trust. While Otto favored using the lowlands for equipment maintenance and barn development, ATEs argued that the areas should be retained for traditional grazing operations. The dispute over resource use extended to decisions regarding succession work assignments and rights to the television series productions. ATC released his personal memoir, Son of a Midnight Land.
Howdy, my name is Otto Kilcher. Blackstone Publishing and I are pleased to announce the release of my brand new first ever memoir, Son of a Midnight Land.
In the book, he recounted many of his childhood memories, emphasizing the psychological damage caused by his strict father. Nonetheless, throughout the 272 pages, there was not a single mention of Otto as having an active role or acknowledging his contributions to the family. This caused Otto to react strongly, saying that it was a blatant denial of the work of those who stayed behind to keep things going while others sought the limelight. The family then held an internal meeting to resolve the conflict, but Otto refused to discuss it further after the first meeting. In a memo released internally, Otto stated, "I no longer intend to work with ATS in any way, including on television or in managing joint assets." The statement formalized the split between the two main pillars of the Kilcher family and ended any attempt to maintain the public image of harmony that had been seen. The show's producers had previously proposed a special season about the brothers' reconciliation, but Otto refused to participate from the scripting stage. On the legal front, Otto requested that the family trust's charter be updated to clarify the limits of each member's control. According to internal records from the Kilcher family, trust updated, Otto proposed a clear division of responsibilities among the members, requiring representatives of each family line to have separate voting rights. This was seen as a direct response to ATS's practice of making decisions about the control of land and assets without a clear consensus process. As for Otto, his recent statements in a personal video recorded in June 2024 were no longer ambiguous. In the recording, he declared, "Everything is clear. What has been said about my relationship with ATS, it is all true, and I have nothing more to say." This statement, with its firm and assertive tone, has become the clearest evidence of the complete breakdown in the relationship between the two men who were once pillars of the family business in Alaska. Since that announcement, Otto has stopped all communication with ATS at family gatherings. In an internal memo in September 2024, Otto's legal representative requested that all correspondence regarding the management of the joint assets between the two branches of the family be routed through a third-party intermediary. This process is now in place throughout the trust's operations. This marks the first time that the two brothers have not directly interacted in any administrative or personal capacity. From that point on, all interactions between Otto and ATS were completely separated. There were no photos, videos, or records of them appearing together after July 2024. This separation not only reflected Otto's personal stance, but also the severity of the conflict that had been simmering for decades and was now clearly, publicly, and definitively confirmed. Otto Kilcher, the founder of the Homestead in Homer, Alaska, practiced a strict family hierarchy, with the eldest son being seen as the spiritual heir and responsible for carrying on the family tradition. ATC was groomed for that role from an early age, learning survival, leadership, and communication skills. Otto, the second son, was oriented toward engineering and mechanical work. This created a division of roles early on, leading to fundamental differences in the two men's thinking and direction as adults. According to family records, Ruth Kilcher Otto and Atz's mother objected to Yule's overly rigid upbringing. She proposed a more flexible educational model, but this was not implemented. As a result, both sons grew up in an environment that emphasized duty discipline and achievement rather than personal exchange and recognition. Although both were influenced by this upbringing, Atz and Otto responded very differently. Atz sought art and musical expression, while Otto chose a pragmatic and logistical path. Internal Kilcher family documents show that Yule placed great trust in Atz as a cultural heir. Meanwhile, Otto took on the heavy technical and organizational work, which was not publicly communicated. This gradually created a sense of imbalance within the family. Structurally, each person fulfilled their assigned tasks, but there was a lack of equal recognition. As they grew older, the gap in perception between the two grew due to the lack of a mechanism for substantive dialogue. In Ruth Kilcher's archives, she noted that Otto was the one who maintained the operations, and Atz was the one who maintained the image. This remark was later quoted by Otto in a legal document filed with the Family Trust Board in 2024 to emphasize the mismatch between actual responsibility and public expression. Yule's failure to make a will specifically dividing his estate among his sons, instead establishing a common trust with collective voting rights, left a legal vacuum that later became controversial. The trust structure allowed members to make collective decisions, but there were no specific provisions for how to protect individual interests if roles were skewed. Otto repeatedly proposed changes to the charter, but was opposed by Atz, who wanted to keep the current model, arguing that it was the founder's will. While this past was not mentioned during the development of the show, it directly affected the way the brothers interacted. Atz spoke for the family in interviews, which were grounded in the family, while Otto was often behind the scenes focusing on the practical workings of the homestead. The lack of an equal distribution of public roles became a factor in the long-term buildup of resentment, contributing to the decision to split up later. From 2010 onwards, as the family expanded and younger generations began to participate in internal affairs, younger members also noted a clear contrast between the two brothers. According to the board meeting minutes, Otto proposed establishing a principle of assessing responsibilities based on specific tasks rather than seniority or traditional roles. This proposal did not gain the necessary consensus to be implemented. All the above events show that the conflict between Otto and Atz was shaped by the family organization model set by Yule. The incompatibility between inherited values and modern requirements created a deep rift in the Kilcher family structure, of which Otto and Atz were the two most obvious representatives. This was the foundation for the decision to officially separate them in the later period. Two opposite paths. As they grew up, Otto and Atz chose very different paths in their careers, values, and ways of expressing themselves. These choices not only reflected their different personalities, but also reflected how they approached their family legacy and their roles in the Kilcher homestead system. Atz became a folk artist, using music as a means of recording family history, portraying life in Alaska, and conveying personal messages. He performed actively at community events, appeared at cultural exchanges, and was invited to participate in several documentary programs outside the family production. His artistic activities helped Atz build a public image and maintain a wide relationship with the public outside the family circle. Meanwhile, Otto focused almost entirely on engineering, operating, and maintaining the entire infrastructure system that served the family's self-sufficient life. He was responsible for overseeing the operation of the barn's water supply systems, agricultural machinery, and recycling processes. Much of Otto's time was spent on high-precision engineering requirements, contributing to the stability of the entire family's living and production land. When the Kilcher family TV show began filming in 2011, the differences between the brothers became even more apparent. In production plans, ATS was often given a central role in inspirational stories, reliving memories, and presenting cultural context. Otto was mainly featured in technical scenes dealing with situations involving machinery, farming, and survival. The nature of the content led to a significant difference in airtime, despite the fact that his actual contribution to the family was similar. In a meeting with the production team in 2015, Otto requested that the content distribution structure be adjusted to ensure that the actual roles of each member were accurately represented. Nonetheless, the proposal was not widely implemented due to the content direction that had been established in the early seasons. Since then, Otto began to reduce the scope of ATS's participation in filming activities, resulting in the segments between the two becoming less frequent and gradually disappearing altogether in the final stages of the show. Internally, the brothers also employed different approaches to family operations. Otto prioritizes preserving cultural and traditional values through storytelling and performance, focusing on building a representative image of indigenous culture. Otto focuses on developing an efficient farm operation model, integrating innovative technology, and gradually transferring the system to the next generation. The two men's approaches to resource management are also contrasting. Otto closely monitors the physical chain of operations from equipment repair to home maintenance. ATC focuses on communications, promoting the family image through creation and performance. As the number of family members increases, conflicts over the allocation of labor decision-making power and image representation begin to emerge. Otto has proposed many proposals to standardize individual roles in external communications since 2017. But they have failed to reach consensus due to differences in direction between him and ATS. In 2020, in a document sent to the program's communications team, Otto requested that all symbolic image collages that did not accurately reflect his work be removed. This marked the moment when he voluntarily withdrew from any efforts to build a consensus image. Since then, Otto's content has been limited to technical activities and has not involved any members of the ATS-led family branch. The separation in their professional orientation, working methods, and public approach had brought the brothers into two different value systems. Without a common ground in their goals and ways of maintaining the family legacy, maintaining a collaborative relationship became impossible. It was this difference that prompted a complete separation in terms of organization and perspective, setting the stage for Otto's decisive decisions in the following period. End of life disappointment. A health crisis in 2021 marked a turning point in Otto's thinking and outlook on family relationships, especially with ATs. An accident in the livestock area left Otto hospitalized in serious condition, with lung and rib injuries leading to months of treatment and rehabilitation. During this period, all responsibility for the management of the family estate's living systems and technical infrastructure was temporarily transferred to the successor group that Otto had previously trained. According to a medical summary released by the internal coordination team, Otto's condition was assessed as controlled critical, requiring intensive care and close monitoring. During his recovery, he reorganized his work, management, prioritized his staff and facilities, and documented all operational processes in technical documents to ensure continuity of operations. These actions reflected a clear shift from a hands-on leadership model to strategic delegation, driven by an awareness of his health limitations in late middle age. In the internal minutes, Otto clearly stated that he had reevaluated all of his family's collaborative relationships. Part of the content said, "Since the accident, I have clearly redefined the necessary scope of interaction. Some relationships that were previously maintained by inertia are no longer effective for cooperation." This is the first time Otto has made an official assessment of close associates who have collaborated in the past, including ATs. Since his treatment, Otto has not continued discussions regarding content coordination, asset restructuring, or relaunching the family's public image. Instead, he has focused on establishing an independent mechanism for managing the infrastructure, technical personnel, and financial operations of the area under his responsibility. The entire operating process has been transformed into a closed model with control centralized within the group of personnel directly appointed by him. Data from the Kilcher Family Trust's 2023 financial statements confirm that Otto requested that coordination authority be reallocated to separate management areas, reducing the level of interaction between groups with a history of disagreement. The proposal passed with a landslide, resulting in a significant change in the family's overall working arrangements, limiting the scope of collaboration by functional area. In an internal review published in the fourth quarter of 2023, Otto commented, "Performance is not about the number of people involved, but about the level of commitment and consensus in how to do things." This statement was seen as an affirmation of eliminating factors that had hindered the work process, including relationships that were maintained according to family principles but no longer met practical requirements. The period from 2021 to 2024 is defined as the time when Otto consolidates the core operating foundations of the Homestead system. In the process, he gradually eliminates unstable factors and proceeds to separate all personnel, facilities, and processes from non-aligned operating groups. This is a systematic series of decisions based on the principle of reorganizing the operating model to ensure sustainability and stable inheritance in the future. Confirm and cut off. In June 2024, Otto released a videotape that focused on the transition of responsibilities and the restructuring of roles within the family system. In the official recording, which is stored in the Internal Coordination Center, he stated, "Everything that has been said about my relationship with 8C, it is true, and I have nothing more to say." This statement is considered to be the conclusion of the entire chain of events that has taken place over more than 3 decades regarding the relationship between the two brothers. The announcement marked the final line in Otto's demarcation of kinship ties from internal operations. He also announced the end of any representational or visual association with 8s in any media public platform or joint development project going forward. According to the July 2024 Executive Reorganization Appendix, 8's name was removed from all members of the Technical Maintenance and Land Development subcommittees. Prior to his official statement, Otto had completed the process of separating his image profile from 8's related material, including old video rights used in previous broadcasts. In a written request to the production rights holder, Otto requested that the content be redacted and reclassified to ensure that the information accurately reflects the current operating structure of each family group. During the last 3 quarters of 2024, internal documents confirmed that Otto removed 8's from the group representing the research project on the development of a modern homestead model in the Homer area. The research group was originally established in 2020 with the participation of many family members, but after a restructuring period, the members were completely adjusted to the technical group coordinated by Otto. The removal of the representative element from the ATI's family branch shows a clear determination to maintain a separate organizational mechanism. In an internal conference held in the first quarter of 2025, Otto made an official statement, "I have made my position clear." Previous decisions may have been based on emotional expectations, but the current operating system does not allow for inconsistent relationships. This statement was recorded in the executive minutes and became the basis for completing the removal of all administrative links between the 2 family branches in the trust management system. After the restructuring process was completed, all representation documents under Otto's control explicitly outlined a one-directional structure strictly limiting the scope of collaboration to asset management only. These documents excluded any involvement in personal matters, media representation, or historical collaborations with Otto Kilcher. The language used was precise and restrictive, leaving no ambiguity regarding the nature of the severance. According to the official archives maintained by the Kilcher brand management team, the designated media representative confirmed that as of September 2024, Otto held full and independent authority over the public image, branding, and business activities associated with his branch of the family. Furthermore, he terminated all standing content distribution agreements that involved or featured ads in any form, effectively drawing a clear and permanent line between their professional paths. The story between Otto and Atz ended with clear, decisive decisions, leaving no room for ambiguity or hope for reconciliation. What was once seen as a model of family togetherness has now turned into two independent paths, each with their own choices and perspectives. If you found this video to help you understand the unspoken things in the Kilcher family, please give it a like. Share the video with anyone who cares about Alaska or has watched the show over the years. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more remarkable behind-the-scenes stories, including updates, rare interviews, and exclusive unseen moments. And leave a comment if you have your own perspective on what happened. Thank you for watching. Until the end, your support truly means the world to us.